What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-High Radio Shout In. Stepping in the building, I got an artist that's tearing up the streets as we speak. Alfred Banks. What's good with it, boss?
What's good, man? How you
feeling good, feeling great. Now, Alfred, this new joint, Kaleidoscope, going crazy right now as we speak.
Indeed.
Visuals, all of this stuff going on. Break it down to me, boss.
You know, that record was really dope. I'm in this group called Sass Kicks Ave. And right. My man Albert Allen back, he's in Tanking the Bangers. And we started creating during COVID. And, you know, just doing some stuff that's outside of what I normally do. I do hip hop, but we're doing like dance music, we're doing R&B, we're doing soul, like the whole works. And he created the record, and I always wanted to do a dance record. Like I always wanted to rhyme over it. I always wanted to kind of bring that energy and show people that I can kind of rhyme over pretty much anything at this point. And we did the record. Shout out to my man Pell for jumping on that record. Shout out to my man Latrania for doing background vocals. And man, it's a dope record, man. People are loving it. Everyone's sharing it, showing love. The video looks incredible. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a great song to perform all across the country. You know what I mean?
When it comes to this music, Alfred, how long have you been down with it, man?
12 years.
Now,
I came in at 09.
What was it that made you get started?
Well, when I was coming up, I saw my oldest brother rhyming. He had a little bit of a buzz around the city. Signed to some local labels and stuff like that. So seeing him and a little bit of the attention he was garnering, you know, me being 5, 6 years old, I thought that was cool. And kind of growing up, and I wanted to play ball. I wanted basketball. I wanted to be a WWE wrestler at one point, right? I was all over the place, but then like I heard Food and Liquor, Lupe Fiasco. And once I heard that, that was game over. I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do this hip hop and we're gonna run with it. I'm gonna do my best to make it my life and my career. And we've been blessed to finally get to that point, man.
When it comes to content creation, man, and you get in that studio and you going all the way up with it, man, how are you creating these bangers, man?
Well, for me, the beat gotta speak to me. That's first off, right? Once I hit a beat, I'm just writing. What does this say to me? What type of energy is this? I approach different records differently. You know, if it's some, you know, classic hip hop, we just gonna bar out and show some bravado. If it's a record where, you know, it's more introspective, we're gonna talk a little bit more about the past, what's been going on, how I feel about, you know, what's going on currently, whatever. If it's a dance record, we just gonna keep it light, real easy, real fun. People can dance to it. If it's a EDM record, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna talk about some abstract things, have some fun. So I just approach everything different. But the beat doesn't speak to me, I can't even approach it, you know what I mean?
Now, when it comes to just music in general, man, what are some of your inspirations that kind of, you know, inspired you to get into this game?
Well, Lupe Fiasco is a GOAT for me, right? Charles Hamilton is like my favorite rapper of all time.
That's
dope MC. Busta Rhymes, you know, Give Me Some More is the very first music video I ever saw. That shows my age, right? But Give Me Some More, once I saw that, that like blew my mind. I'd never seen something so colorful, never seen something so animated, so all over the place. Then Missy Elliott, obviously, but MF Doom. You know what I'm saying? MF Doom is incredible. MC, rest in peace. His real quirky way of approaching beats and rhymes and stuff like that always appealed to me. Eminem. Eminem is just, man, the dude can do anything with words. And those type of MCs are what inspired me. But outside of hip hop, you know, I always loved like the Temptations. I always loved, I love bands like St. Lucia and Superfruit and all these like eclectic, you know, bands that kind of do things all over, Tanking the Bangers, you know what I'm saying? These people that inspire me to just go out and just venture out and do some really cool things, you know what I mean? And those are the people that kind of inspire me, for sure.
Now, when it comes to your music, man, what kind of messages are you trying to give your audience when you get in that booth and you start going crazy?
I mean, you know, I'm talking about my experiences. I'm talking about like mental health. You know, my oldest brother, he had schizophrenia and died by suicide, so that's something that impacted me very. The guy that I looked up to in rapping, you know what I'm saying, passed away. So, you know, he inspired me, and my journey of learning about mental health, doing research on what he was going through, taught me a lot about something that I knew nothing of. You know what I'm saying? Coming from a black family, we didn't really talk about mental health.
Talking about that.
You know what I mean? And getting therapy, that's not even a thing. So learning about what he went through, and then some of the research that I've learned, and some of the things that I've learned, and learning that millions of people deal with these things, that's something that I like to talk about. But making it, I won't say fun, but making it easier to digest. Not, it doesn't sound like I'm rapping from an encyclopedia when I rhyme, you know what I'm saying? Because those type of subjects can kind of run people away. People listen to music to have fun, get away, not necessarily, I want to say, learn something sometimes. So I do my best to kind of find that beautiful median where you're taking something from it, something sticks to your ribs, but also you can jam it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I rap about that. I also rap about sneakers. I like shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of sneakers. Just being an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Being a rapper for a living is a very tough thing, especially given the type of music I do and the times that I'm in.
Yeah.
Being independent is real rough. You know, I never came from bread. I never had a person putting money into it, never been signed to a label. We've been doing this indie for 12 years now, and the Chitlin circuit and so forth. I performed in Atlanta, God knows how many times, you know what I'm saying? From Mammal Gallery to 529 to Buckhead Theater the last time I was here. So just kind of watching the ups and downs. So talk about that. Talk about getting fly, traveling the world, seeing some things, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if I encounter some beautiful women along the way, we talk about those things as well.
Nothing
you know
wrong
what I'm
with
saying?
that.
So, you know, it's a big old cornucopia of things that we speak on for sure.
When you spoke on your brother being schizophrenic before he passed, man, and then doing your research on mental health, what were some of the things that you think y'all could have did to help him out before he passed?
Well, he was in the military.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so he was a Marine. So he was a hard-headed guy. He kind of felt like he knew what was going on and how he would handle it. And unfortunately, I wish we could have reached him a little bit harder to be like, nah, what you're doing ain't the necessary things to do to get the help that you need kind of deal. He would take his medication, but outside of that, he wouldn't go to therapy. He wouldn't do anything outside of that. You know, he would drink a little bit and things like that. So these are things that I wish we could have kind of got through to him and let him know that it's okay. There was a 10-year span where he wasn't in my life, right? So, and that was because he was ashamed of what was going on.
Yeah.
So I wish we could have told him it's okay to not be okay, right?
Yeah.
And I wish he would have, you know, maybe heard that and have that have resonated in him. Maybe he would still be here. But either way, you know, in his unfortunate passing, I learned so many things. I feel like I've become a better person. And in a selfish way, Alfreds Banks is his name. I just kind of want people to know who he was. I want people to hear his name. I want him to kind of live forever in my own like selfish little way, I guess.
Yes, sir. So now touring. Being on the road, man. What is that like for you, Alfred?
It's dope. You know, I get to see it in a bunch of different ways. Touring on my own, you know, doing the Chitlin circuit, smaller venues and grinding it out, you know, booking the shows myself, advancing the shows myself, selling my own merch, rocking my shows, settling up with the person, driving the car to the next city and doing it all over again for 10 cities straight. Or getting to get on the road with people like Big Frida, Tanking the Bangers, and being catered to at every beck and call, hotels, you know, Sprinter vans, thousands of people every night. You know, kind of seeing both sides of those things really show me this music industry. And then it's funny because I'll do a tour with Tank and them, or I'll do a tour with whoever, Mickey Fax and Mega Ran, and then right after that do my own tour. So I'll go from these to these, you know what I mean? But I treat every show the same. There's if it's 10 people in the crowd, 50 people, 100 people, or if it's 5,000. You know, I've done Voodoo Fest. I opened for Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking in front of all these people, but I've also done shows at, was it 529 that's here? In front of 15 people, right? But I treat both of them like it's the same situation. Because if there's people in front of me, they came for a reason. So it's to be entertained. And you know, every night, there's somebody in the crowd that may not know who I am, and I take that as a challenge. You dig? And I know I'm amazing on the mic. I know I'm an amazing performer. I'm fresh, so you're gonna like what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just your turn to hear it.
What is your favorite thing or your favorite time in this long ass journey that you've been on so far? Because now you've been grinding in this
12
thing.
Years, man. 12 years, man.
Talk to me about your favorite time during these 12 years when you're having the time of your life out here.
Volkswagen Commercial.
Talk to me.
When I did the Volkswagen Commercial in 2016, I got a call from my previous manager, and he was like, yo, Volkswagen loves the song Homecoming that you have.
That's hard.
And, you know, they wanted to be in the commercial. And I was like, all right, cool. So I was under the impression that they just wanted to license the record. They wanted me to be the face of the campaign. It was a European campaign for the Volkswagen Polo. And I'm a little kid from uptown New Orleans, dog. I ain't never been outside the country. I've traveled across the U.S., but I'd never been overseas. Like, what is that? So I had to go get a passport. And the coolest part was I got to bring the homies with me. I brought my man Dapper, my man K the Beast, and my man Caesar, who actually produced the record. So I got to bring my homeboys with me, right?
That's
and so
hard.
it was a beautiful thing. And to touch down in Pamplona, Spain, never been there before. We're filming in the Volkswagen factory, and all these people looking. I'm looking around, walking down the halls, and I'm seeing posters with our faces on it, like this American band is here filming this thing, and it was beautiful, man. And people kind of stopping me, taking pictures throughout the shoot and stuff, and then when that commercial came out, it did really well overseas. We garnered over 1 million views from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Come on.
And man, they flew me back out to Hamburg, Germany to do the Reeperbahn Festival.
Okay,
which was my first time doing a festival ever, right? Which was amazing. And so, you know, that changed my life. It gave me the thing that the people who know me for. And it gave me that thing that it's my calling card. I could say, oh, I'm the only guy from New Orleans with a Volkswagen commercial. So,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
I mean, traveling the world, though, Alfred, when you touched down overseas, what was that like for you, being able to see that coming out of New Orleans?
It was an experience, man, because, like, I ain't gonna say I didn't think I could do it, because that'd be a lie. I didn't know how to feel when it happened, right?
Come on now.
When I touched down in Germany specifically, all the signs are in German. I don't speak German. I'm Dolo. I was spooked, but it was an amazing feeling, man. I was spooked. Oh, no.
Hold up. So you touched down in Germany by your damn self?
Yeah, Hamburg, Germany, yeah.
And you ain't speaking none of the lingo over there?
Nah. How
does one deal with that right there, Alfred?
I call Wi-Fi, and I was on the translator swag. So, like, they got the app where you can just translate stuff. So I was doing that. You feel me? And I had a homeboy, he came scoop me from the joint, from the airport, and he brought me to this my spot I was staying at. He was like, all right, man, have a great time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
And luckily there was a festival going on, so I kind of stayed close to the festival and you know, eating all the Nutella crepes I could. I had a wild stomach ache because Nutella's from Germany, so it's like eating crawfish in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I could eat. So that was amazing, and you know, and the show was amazing too. It was like a Volkswagen kind of stage. They curated the situation. The company that licensed my record, they curated the stage, being like, yo, we did this commercial, and this is the guy who rocked. Okay, go do an hour. I was like, all right, word. So it was amazing, dog, and to be from New Orleans and do that means a lot, because you know, I don't make music that sounds like classic New Orleans, and so it shows that New Orleans can do so many different things, especially in these days and times. And I'm very proud to, in some ways, be a torchbearer for that kind of movement. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Coming out of New Orleans, man, what is it like for you having a different style than the normal style?
It gives me, it makes me go a little bit harder, right? Because when people do hear New Orleans, they think a certain thing, and I am in a lot of ways the furthest from that, and so I kind of walk with a bigger chip on my shoulder. I walk with a little bit of a different bravado, a little different swag, and I love being from New Orleans. Don't get it twisted. I love repping New Orleans, like, because you know, for me, I can speak, you know, like this, or I could cut the accent on here, like it's whatever. So being bilingual in that regard, it gives me again another level of confidence when I walk in the rooms. I'm from a legendary city, man. From a city that birthed jazz. Come on. And that genre jazzed everything that I do today. So it's a different swag when I walk in the room, and I know what reputation I have on my shoulders and on my back. So even if I'm in a room with people that have no idea who I am, or if I'm in a room full of fans, I treat it the same, and same energy, same respect, and take nothing for granted. You know what I mean?
What is it that gives you the ability to be able to stay down with this grind, man? And have there ever been any times during this 12-year journey that you wanted to lay it down?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is it that kept you down with it, man?
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's my passion. I truly love doing music. I make pretty good money from it. Yeah. It's my living, and I'm really good at it. Mm-hmm. And it'd be one thing if, like, every room I walked in, people be like, oh, man, you know? But it's like, oh man, you know, it's a different, so, you know, pretty good. And I don't know, I have this never say die kind of attitude. Mm-hmm. And I'm able to persevere through a lot of situations that I've been, especially something like COVID. I'm an independent artist. I lost 60 shows because of COVID. Woo. That's the year, you know what I'm saying? That's close to my whole year. So I had to figure some things out. So those type of things would break a normal person. Yeah. And I'm just lucky I ain't normal.
Exactly. Lastly, Alfred, what is it that you want your fans to know, and how can these folks contact you, brother?
Well, I want the fans to know, and people, you know, may not even know who I am. Hello, my name is Alfred Banks, and I'm really, really good at what I do. And for the people who love what I do, hey, thank y'all for supporting, and keep telling people about it.
Already.
It did. But you can rock with me on Instagram at Underdog Central, Twitter at Underdog Central. The website is underdogcentral.com. Just search Alfred Banks on Google, and some really cool things will pop up. You know what I mean? So,
Alfred, my dog, appreciate you coming through this thing, boss. Sure, man. Wish you nothing but the best and much success.
Indeed.
Be High Radio Shouted, Alfred Banks. We'll be up out of this thing. Go!